Forget and smile. Why ED will never fire Chiwenga. Mure Zimbabwe, welcome back pamzinda wevanhu. Nenu wenyu super. Things are happening. Before we get into today's story, hit that subscribe button, drop a like and share this one because this tech is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. But that's what we do here. Pamzinda wevanhu. Fearless, bold, no filter. Let's get into it. Right, for months now, the streets, the WhatsApp groups, the social media timelines, everyone has been waiting for the same headline: Mnangagwa fires Chiwenga. But people are out here holding their breath, refreshing their phones, convinced that any day now, ED is going to finally pull the trigger and remove his vice president once and for all. Well, finally, one political columnist just came out and said what a lot of analysts have been too scared to say directly. If you think Mnangagwa is going to fire Chiwenga, forget it and smile. Let's break down why. Go back to November 2017. Remember how that whole operation was sold to the world. Tanks rolling down Samora Machel Avenue, soldiers on state television, and what did they call it? Not a coup, never a coup. It was, and I quote, a targeted intervention against the criminals surrounding President Mugabe. That was the script. That was the performance, a masterclass, honestly, in how to change power in a country while keeping just enough legal cover to say nothing illegal happened. The tanks were real, the guns were real, but the language was pure theater. Now, fast forward to today. The columnist is making the argument that Zimbabweans, and honestly, a lot of foreign analysts too, are falling into the exact same trap of misreading the optics. Everybody's watching the visible tension between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. Everybody's expecting some dramatic climax where ED stands up and says, "You are fired." And everybody is missing the real lesson from 2017. In Zimbabwean politics, the real moves rarely look like the moves you are expecting. So why won't Mnangagwa fire Chiwenga? Think about what that would actually mean. Chiwenga isn't just a vice president with a title. This is a man who was the literal architect alongside the military of the operation that put Mnangagwa in State House and in the first place. He was the commander of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces for over a decade before that. His fingerprints, his loyalty networks, his relationships, they ran deep inside the barracks, deep inside the War Veterans Associations, deep inside the structures that don't just disappear because someone loses a cabinet position. Firing Chiwenga outright would not be like firing some junior minister who overstepped. It would be forcing a confrontation with the very institution that made Mnangagwa's presidency possible in the first place. And any leader who lived through 2017 as a direct participant knows exactly how dangerous that kind of confrontation can be. You don't corner a general who helped write the playbook on how to remove a sitting president. Not unless you are absolutely certain you shall win. And clearly, ED is not certain of that. That's exactly why we have seen this slow, grinding, legalistic approach instead. Cap 3, delimitation changes, parliament electing the president instead of direct vote, Svanda's rapid promotion inside the military as a counterweight to Chiwenga's old networks. None of that is an outright firing. All of it is encirclement, slowly boxing Chiwenga in, cutting his influence piece by piece without ever pulling the trigger. That could set off something Mnangagwa can't control. That's the real strategy, Muria Zimbabwe, not dismissal, dilution, kudiluta, kuzvidira mvura. Why fire the general when you can just quietly starve his power base until the title of vice president means nothing anyway? And here is the part that should really make you think. If Mnangagwa genuinely believed he could remove Chiwenga safely, don't you think he already would have? The man signed the CAB 3 into law specifically to change the entire succession pathway, to extend his own term to 2030, to reduce Chiwenga's odds of ever reaching the presidency through normal constitutional means. That's already an aggressive move. But notice, even after all of that, Chiwenga still has his position, still gets to speak at Defense Forces Day, still gets to deliver those coded warnings in church about kings who wouldn't let go. If ED had the power to simply remove him, why leave a rival with that platform, especially one who keeps using it to needle the administration in public? Because the honest answer is he can't. Not safely, not yet, maybe not ever. This is the uncomfortable truth a lot of the loudest voices online don't want to accept. Everyone wants the dramatic ending, the firing, the arrest, the exile, the clean resolution, but Zimbabwean succession politics has never worked that way. It's slow, it's coded, it's fought through committee appointments, through military promotions, through Senate seats, through who gets praised at a rally and who gets quietly excluded from one. The real war isn't happening in a press conference, it's happening in rooms we shall never see, between men who all remember exactly what happened the last time someone underestimated the loyalty running through Zimbabwe's security establishment. So, next time somebody tells you Mnangagwa is about to fire Chiwenga any day now, you know what to do, Zimbabwe. Forget it and smile. Because if 2017 taught us anything, is that in this country, power doesn't announce itself with a press release. It moves in silence until one day it doesn't. What do you think, Zimbabwe? Is ED playing it safe because he genuinely can't touch Chiwenga? Or is something bigger being planned behind closed doors? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and make sure you are subscribed. Tapa Times, we are not slowing down. Catch you in the next one. Peace.